There's a rhythm to life that most people have forgotten. In the chaos of daily obligations, in the whirlpool of distraction, women have dimmed their inner royalty, traded their crown for convenience, and silenced the voice that once echoed with divine certainty. But that rhythm, the pulse of presence, the energy of purpose, the frequency of a woman who walks like a queen, has never disappeared. It only waits to be remembered. To walk like a queen is not about outer posture. It is not about height, wardrobe, or the sway of hips. It is about energy. It is about coherence between mind and body, emotion and soul. A queen walks not to be seen, but because she sees. She walks as the embodiment of knowing, not thinking, knowing who she is. That knowing is not intellectual. It is cellular. It is energetic, and it reverberates through the field of infinite possibilities, drawing toward her everything aligned with her vibration. Most women have been taught to walk in fear, to walk in guilt, to walk in competition, to walk in lack. That is not a queen's stride. A queen walks from wholeness. She walks from sufficiency. Her presence is not loud, but is powerful, and her power is not forceful. It is magnetic. You can feel it when she enters the room. You can sense the energetic shift, not because she is trying to prove anything, but because she has already proven everything to herself. This transformation begins with the mind, not just the conscious mind that organizes your to-do list, but the subconscious mind, the seat of your habits, the generator of your autopilot behavior. A queen reclaims her throne by rewiring the programs that have kept her in survival. She is no longer bound by the past. She does not rehearse pain. She does not obsess over what they said or did. She liberates herself by deciding, right now, that her past no longer defines her. In the stillness of the morning, when the world is quiet and the mind is most malleable, she chooses her frequency. She doesn't get up and check her notifications. She doesn't seek validation from the outside. She turns inward. She remembers. She aligns. She breathes into her heart, awakens gratitude, not for what is, but for what she is becoming. She programs her energy with intention. And then, only then, does she rise. Her walk begins with presence. She is not rushing. She is not late for her own life. She moves in divine timing because she trusts in divine order. She walks in harmony with her breath, in tune with the intelligence that beats her heart and forms galaxies. Her steps are sacred. Each one is a declaration. I am here. I am whole. I am worthy. The world rearranges itself to match her certainty. And do you know what happens when a woman walks like that? She becomes undeniable. Opportunities find her. People are drawn to her, not because of appearance or achievement, but because of energy. Her walk is not about going somewhere. It is about being someone. She is not chasing anything. She is attracting everything. Because her frequency is no longer scarcity, it is sovereignty. She doesn't walk for attention. She walks from attention. She is aware of every sensation, every emotion, every thought pattern try to pull her back into the old self. But she doesn't react. She observes. She chooses. That is power. That is the sacred dominion of a woman who has mastered her inner kingdom. Emotions once ruled her. Now she rules them. She does not deny her pain. She alchemizes it. She does not suppress her rage. She transmutes it. She turns wounds into wisdom, heartbreak into wholeness. Her heart has been shattered, but now it radiates light through every crack. She knows the cost of giving her power away, and she will not pay that price again. Her walk now is the walk of reclamation. When she walks into a room, she's not looking around to see who notices her. She is noticing who she is in that room. She feels her presence before anyone else does. She doesn't shrink to make others comfortable. She doesn't dim to let others shine. She expands, and by doing so, she gives silent permission for others to expand too. That's leadership. That's grace. That's legacy. The queen knows the power of silence. She doesn't explain her worth. She doesn't defend her boundaries. Her energy speaks before her mouth ever opens. And when she does speak, it's not to be right. It's to be real. She doesn't argue from ego. She expresses from essence. Her voice car, one of majesty. Every step she takes now is a conversation with the quantum field. She doesn't beg life for blessings. She becomes the blessing. She doesn't wait for miracles. She becomes the miracle. Her walk is prayer. Her presence is power. Her mind is no longer a battlefield. It is a throne room. She has learned the art of detachment, not from love, but from outcome. She shows up fully and lets go completely. She trusts the timing of her life. She doesn't panic when doors close. She knows a queen is never rejected. She is redirected. What leaves her life is not a loss. It is a clearing for something higher. And so she walks with peace, not because life is always easy, but because she is no longer afraid. She has been through the fire. She has walked through storms. She has fallen, cried, crawled, and risen. But now she knows nothing can break a woman who has rebuilt herself from within. She doesn't need permission to be powerful. She doesn't need applause to keep going. She doesn't need a relationship to feel complete. She is the source. She is the sun. And anything or anyone that enters her world must be in alignment with her light. She is intentional with her time. She doesn't say yes out of obligation. She doesn't sacrifice her peace for approval. She no longer tolerates half-hearted energy, vague promises, or lukewarm love. She knows exactly what she wants, and she does not shrink in asking for it. Not because she's demanding, but because she's deserving. She surrounds herself with sacredness, conversations that elevate, relationships that respect, environments that reflect her frequency. She doesn't linger in low-vibe spaces. She doesn't settle for anything that doesn't feel like home to her soul, because she has become her own sanctuary. She doesn't perform. She doesn't pretend. She doesn't perfect. She is real, raw, radiant, and in her authenticity, she is untouchable because she is not wearing a crown. She is the crown. Her life is her kingdom, and she rules it not with force, but with presence. She is no longer in survival. She is in creation. She is not controlled by circumstances. She bends reality to match her vision. She walks with intention, speaks with clarity, and loves with depth. Because everything she touches, she blesses. Not because she's trying to be better, but because she already is. She doesn't look for the path. She becomes the path. Her walk creates a trail. Her footsteps echo for generations. Not in noise, but in legacy. Her children, her community, even strangers feel the ripple of her energy. That is the real royalty. Not titles or wealth, but impact, integrity, inner mastery. And so she walks, head high, shoulders open, heart wide, mind calm, body free, spirit anchored. She walks like a woman who remembers who she is, who doesn't just believe in herself. She embodies herself. Every cell in her body vibrates with certainty. She is no longer trying to be chosen. She has already chosen herself. She is no longer proving her worth. She has claimed it. And in that choice, that claiming, that embodiment, she becomes magnetic, not because she tries, but because she knows now. Her walk isn't for the world. It is for the woman she is becoming. And every step forward is a step deeper into her truth, her love, her light, her legacy. And that is the walk of a queen.